All right, let me get into it because we don't have time. Time is of the essence, okay? So I think a lot of people's concerns when it comes to life transformations and personal transformations and changes is about control. Having control. Thinking you have control, but you don't. You don't. You kind of do sometimes, but you really don't. Just gotta let it go. So that's what this is about. We're gonna let go and let God. Because what else are you supposed to do? Okay? You gotta let go and let God, fam. Like, I know you want control. I know you want to be in control. I know you want to have it together. I know you want things to work out, and they will. But you don't have 100% control, and you really got to reel it in on your expectations. You cannot sit here and micromanage God, okay? It's never going to fucking work out. You cannot sit there and micromanage what the universe is going to deliver to you, what God is going to deliver to you. You cannot sit here and nitpick all the details. It doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way. I've tried. I've tried. I would know. This is in regards to everything in life, but specifically, I'm talking about personal transformation, personal growth, life changes, manifestation also. You can do as much as you possibly can within your human power, but after that, you have to let go and you have to let God. What does this look like? This looks like writing it down, praying for it, manifesting it, and preparing for it. Okay? But not being attached to the outcome and the details and the fine line. Because what fun is that? All the beautiful things that you've had in your life, all the things that have come into fruition for you, if you knew every single detail, do you know how boring that would be? That is not how you co create with God and the universe, okay? You can talk to your spirit guides, you can write down specific things all you want, you can make the vision board, okay? You can make all the things, but you cannot sit here and micromanage what God is about to do for you. No, absolutely not. I believe a lot of people, we want to so badly be in control of all the results. We want to visualize the things, meditate on the things, prepare for the things, write the things down. We want to do all of that. And we still expect it to show up and go our way. And that's not how it works. That's not how God works. That's not how the spirit guides work. That's not how the universe works. That is not how the beautiful, mystery of the world works. It's not. It's just not. So, specifically when that applies to sobriety, um, there are so many factors that come into play with this because there are, there are chemical, biological, physiological factors that come into play when you have an addiction and when you are trying to take that away and maybe replace it with something else. When you're trying to work through that and navigate that, there's so much, in my personal belief, that's connected to your past life karma, your childhood trauma, what you're going through now, the things you've been through over the span of a lifetime and the span over several lifetimes. I think there's so much connected to it when it comes to addiction. And it's a little bit more complicated, but the simplest way to put it is that you really do have to show up and do your best and let go and let God do the rest. You have to. You have to do everything in your power to make it happen. That means, saying no. Literally, that means saying no to people, places, and things, and habits, and mindsets, and things you used to be into, but you can't do it no more. But you want to get fucked up, but you can't get fucked up because you used to be on that stuff, but you're not on that stuff. Whatever that looks like for you, that could be cigarettes, that could be weed, that could be alcohol, that could be a little something, something. I am not judging. I have done all the above. Right? Another story for another time. I'm not trying to be on these internets spilling all my tea, but I'm going to be on these internets spilling on my tea because that's life. It's real. So many people go through this and they don't even talk about it. Okay. Anyway, my point is whatever you are trying to abstain from, whether it's, watching things at night before you go to bed, you got to get one out and rub one out, whether it's watching these videos on the screen. I'm trying to not say these words because I'm not trying to get shut down and censored, but whatever you're trying to abstain from when it comes to addiction, you show up and you do your best. You put your best foot forward and you let go and you let God and you pray for the rest to work out. And prayer looks different for everyone. Prayer looks like, it could be a conversation internally with yourself, your higher self. It could be writing it on paper and journaling. It could be vocal, actual vocalizing of your thoughts and your feelings. It could be you sitting there on your knees begging God to help you and come through. I've done that. It sucks. Prayer is a big part of letting go and letting God. And prayer looks different for everyone. I personally, I grew up in the church. I was forced to go to church when I was little. I didn't like it. I didn't get it. It didn't make sense. I thought everyone was hypocritical. So I didn't like it. And then over time, I had my own connection with God and the universe and my spirit guides. I opened up to a lot of things that I was conditioned not to believe in. I was open up to a lot of things that I was trained and conditioned and taught that were demonic, and they're not. It's just there are so many different forces at work other than Jesus. Okay, Jesus is very much real, but God is also real. And there are spirit guides, people who have passed away who are guiding you and leading you. There are universal angels and archangels. There are ancestors. And when there is good, there's also bad. When there is light, there's also dark. So to stay on track, I opened up to a lot of these things and I figured out how to properly receive guidance from my guides, my spirit guides, and God, and have a connection with God and believe enough in myself like God believes in me. I think that's hard for people when they're operating in the human physical realm. You are trying to do so much work to make shit happen all by yourself. It is not only you. And that's where people get messed up. I think people make a mistake when they think that they are the only ones running the show, and they are not. So, whether you believe in universal forces at work or specifically Jesus Christ, you have to understand there is more than you and your tiny human ways of thinking and operating, and you have to ask for help. When it comes to sobriety, yeah, it's harder and more complicated, but you do figure out a rhythm and a way to one day at a time ask for help, ask for guidance, ask for willpower, ask for energy, ask for guidance and protection, ask for a changed appetite, um, ask for help having conversations with people that need to be had, ask for help healing, ask for help going to sleep, ask for help changing your mindset, ask for help going in a different direction, ask for help going home after work instead of going to happy hour and going to get fucked up with people you used to get fucked up with. Ask for help ending a relationship that's not good for you. Like, letting go and letting God looks like that. Letting go and letting God when it comes to personal transformation. Asking for help with your eating habits, asking for help with your routine, asking for help, finding the right people to follow, finding the right personal trainer, finding the right gym, finding the right nutritionist, dietitian, doctor you need to see, whatever your situation is when it comes to fitness and nutrition. Letting go and letting God, asking for guidance in any possible way you can think of, whether it is finding the right playlist to listen to when you work out, finding the right workout routine, finding the right clothes to wear, finding friends to work out with, finding a fitness class, finding all the things that could set you up for success, having everything that you need. When I say you have to let go and let God and co-create, I really mean that. Like it applies to everything, 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 everything. Okay, so when it comes to life changes and transitions, or pivoting in life, when it comes to career or whatever you want to do, practically letting go and letting God and asking for help looks like asking for strategy, asking for connections, asking for support, asking for the network, asking for the bandwidth, the energy, the wherewithal, the insight, asking for help releasing anything that's tying you down to the version of yourself you used to be, asking for help releasing emotions. All right, let me go ahead and finish before my phone starts acting up again. My point is, those are some examples of how you can let go and let God and ask for help because you're going to need it. Like, we're human. We can only do so much. You have to figure out what works for you, what is true and authentic to how you operate. Sometimes personally I'm just like, yo, big dog, what are we doing? Can you lend me a miracle? Or I use spicy language, if you haven't noticed. Very spicy language because that's authentic to me. Um Letting go and letting God is really just so so foundational and really has made a difference in my life personally, and all of my life changes, transitions, transformations, healing process, relapses. Woo! All the above. All the above. So, that's all I wanted to come on here and talk about. I hope that was helpful for somebody somewhere. I just wanted to come on and talk about that because it was on my mind and I thought it could be useful, and so I hope it helped. I really hope it helped. You gotta let go and let God. You gotta do it. Ooh, you gotta do it. You gotta let go and let God. It is the only way. Only way. Thanks for listening.